Video 22, Equations Word Problems. Let's start out with a bus problem. 418 students went on a field trip. 10 buses were filled and 8 students traveled in cars. How many students were on each bus? Let S equal the number of students per bus. So the number of buses is known, that's 10, times the number of students per bus plus the 8 students in cars equals the total number of students, 418. It's our job to figure out how many students were on each bus. We set up the equation 10s plus 8 equals 418. We subtract 8 from both sides. That leaves us with 10s equals 410. We divide both sides by 10, and S equals 41. So there are 41 students per bus. Now remember, the number of students on the bus plus the number of students in the car sums up to the total, which is 418. Now, let's try the next one. 645 students went on a field trip. 12 buses were filled and 9 students traveled in cars. How many students were on each bus? Again, let S equal the number of students per bus. So we know that there are 12 buses. We know that there are 9 students traveling in cars. We're not sure yet how many students are on each bus, so that's our variable, S. But we do know that the total number of students is 645. We can set up the equation as 12s plus 9 equals 645. Subtract 9 from both sides. That leaves us with 12s equals 636. Divide both sides by 12, and we find out that S equals 53. Again, the total number of students all together on the buses plus the 9 students in the cars equals 645 students. A sharing problem. Sarah won 50 bouncy balls playing horseshoes at her school's game night. She gave 3 to each of her friends. She has 5 remaining. How many friends does she have? So we know the number of balls given to each friend is 3. We're not sure how many friends she has, so we set that as the variable F. But how many of her friends she has, if we multiply that times 3, that'll tell us how many balls she gave away. We're going to add the 5 balls that she has, and that should sum up to 50 total bouncy balls. The equation we can write is 3F plus 5 equals 50. We can subtract 5 from both sides. So 3F is equal to 45. We divide both sides by 3, and so Sarah has 15 friends. Let's try another sharing problem. Karen had 36 pieces of gum. She gave 4 to each of her friends. She has 8 remaining. How many friends does she have? Okay, so Sarah's gum, the 8 pieces that she's holding, plus 4 pieces for each of her friends adds up to a total of 36 pieces of gum. So we're going to set up the equation 4F plus 8 equals 36. That represents 4 pieces per friend plus the 8 she has equals the 36 total pieces. We subtract 8 pieces of gum from both sides, leaving us with 4F equals 28. We divide both sides by 4, and we find out that she has 7 friends. Okay, the next type of problem is a purchase problem. I bought a magazine for $4 and 4 mechanical pencils. I spent $9 all total. How much did each pencil cost? We need to let P equal the cost per pencil. So the number of pencils is 4. The cost per pencil we're not sure of yet, so we set it equal to P. The cost of one magazine is $4. And altogether, the cost of pencils plus the magazine equals $9. So we can set up the following equation. 4P plus 4 equals $9. Again, this is the pencils cost plus the magazine cost equals a total cost of $9. We first subtract 4 from each side, leaving us 5. So 4P equals 5. We divide both sides by 4, and so the total cost of each pencil is $1.25. Now let's try the next purchase problem. I bought a bat for $19 and 2 baseballs. I spent $28 all total. How much did each baseball cost? Let C equal the cost per baseball. So one bat is $19. I'm going to purchase 2 balls, but I'm not sure how much they cost, but altogether I've spent $28. We can set up the following equation. 2C, the baseballs, plus 19, the bat, equals 28 total dollars. We subtract $19 from each side. We're left with $9. So 2C, 2 baseballs, cost $9. We divide both by 2, both sides, and we find out that one baseball is $4.50, half of 9. Okay, the next type of problem is a money leftover problem. Mrs. Soma had $42.50 to spend on 10 books. After buying them, she had $7.50. How much did each book cost? Well, at this point, we know that she's going to purchase 10 books. Each book has a certain cost to it. So 10 times that cost plus the $7.50 that she's still holding equals the $42.50 altogether. So we can set up the equation 10C plus $7.50 equals $42.50. This is the cost of books, 10C. This is the amount of money she has left over, and altogether her total money is $42.50. We subtract $7.50 from both sides. That leaves us with $35. So 10C, the cost of the 10 books, is $35. To find out the cost of each book, we can divide by 10 and determine that each book is $3.50. Let's try another money leftover problem. Mom had $73.25 to spend on 2 dresses. After buying them, she had $11.75. How much did each dress cost? Okay, so Mom is still holding $11.75 and the 2 dresses that she bought. So we're trying to figure out the cost of those 2 dresses when added to the money she has left should sum up to $73.25. The equation we can write is 2C, the cost of the dresses, plus $11.75 equals $73.25. We subtract $11.75 from each side, and we find out that we have $61.50, which is the total cost of 2 dresses. So 2 dresses equals $61.50. We divide by 2 to find out the cost of each dress. Each dress is $30.75, half of $61.50. Okay, you have 4 additional problems of each type on the handouts. Please try 1 problem of each type per handout. When you arrive tomorrow, there should be 3 problems worked on the left side of the page and 3 problems remaining on the right. We will work those together in class.